All right. This is a game we would have lost a month ago. They're understanding how important free throws are, and we made 4 huge free throws down the stretch. If we miss, we lose the game. They're working their tails off at it. They're spending a lot of extra time shooting. This guy, the 2 guys with me, have been shooting free throw after free throw after free throw, and look what they did tonight. We knew we had the advantage. We had to play inside out. We got a little 3 happy in the first half. Christie made his first 3, so everybody thought we were going to make 3s. They were doubling, and they were looking to. And once we decided that no, we're going to get it to the rim and get it to these 2 guys, and all my play calls were basically to them. We controlled the tempo. We controlled the game. The biggest stat, and I told Woody this, and I told the TV afterwards, is that they're one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country. Surely at the mid-major level, maybe there's somebody as good, but not from all the spots they can shoot it from. And they want to shoot 40, and we held them to 15. It was an unbelievable defensive effort. Unbelievable. They made 10 out of 15, and they were contested. That's how good they are. But they didn't get 40. They got 15. They scored 120 points in their last game. They had 72 today, going 10 for 15 from the 3. And that's just a testament to how hard my guys are playing. We had 10 steals, just the intensity that we played with, and that's why we've got this thing turned around and we're winning games.
This for both you guys. I get stats every time out, and it seems like you guys, your lines just go up kind of together. Like every time I look at both your point totals, it's equal the whole game. Do you feel that you guys feed off each other when you see one guy get a bucket? Do you think like, okay, like it's time for me to step up a little bit now too?
Personally, yeah. I see him going hard, so I gotta go hard. It's just it's hyping me up, so I do my best to just keep up with him, and I suppose it's the same thing for him. So.
Yeah, if I see Allen killing his man, like it only makes sense that I do the same too. And then if they want to switch, well, it doesn't get any better for the defenders. I mean, if you're trying to hunt an easy matchup with your 2 bigs every time you play us, it's not going to happen.
No.
It's going to be long nights for a lot of teams.
Exactly.
This is an unbelievable stat, okay? I don't know if I've ever seen this on an Oakland team. The 5 and our 4 guy, and we've had some great 5-4 combinations. Percy Gibson and Jalen Hayes, Trey and Chris Conway. I mean, just go back through the annuals. They scored 44 points, they had 19 rebounds, and they had 7 assists. But the key stat was they had 1 turnover. With all the doubles and all the overplay and all that kind of stuff, they only turned it over once. That's just phenomenal basketball.
Alan, when you catch the ball down that low, do you feel as though that the battle's already decided before the ball gets there sometimes with the positioning you get and how deep you're able to catch the ball?
Yeah, for sure. I want to say that if I miss a basket, it's on me. That's it. But before I even get the ball down there, I already know that it's supposed to be a basket. That's why we run the play. So.
In Baru, that last catch there that led to the dunk that kind of finished the game off, like you ran under that. You ever play any receiver or anything like that in football? Because you ran under that one perfectly.
No, maybe I should have. Maybe I should have a career change right now.
Sure. You're going to make a lot more money playing this sport.
How do you guys continue to build on this? I mean, you've won 4 straight now, but how do you keep the momentum going?
I don't know. I want to say that the momentum is keeping us going. The energy that we built through this last 4 games, it just gives us the hype that we needed, right? So we just keep going hard, just having fun. I think that's the biggest thing, having fun in practice, be there every day and win the day, like Coach said, every day.
And I think the next biggest thing besides that is just remaining disciplined with the things that we have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
We've been very diligent with shooting free throws after practices. And then in practices when we're going through our shooting drills and everything, we're very focused on the little things, which I think show up a lot in games. when we get into these tough situations, we take our drills very seriously. So translating those to games is a lot easier when you do it like that.
So, yeah, Coach.
All right. 10:30.
Camp, is does the zone have like a rhythm to the season? You know, when you start, you know, that first time out, then you check back in December, January, February. Has there become like a rhythm to your zone?
Well, what you're seeing is 11 new guys and learning it, you know. I mean, when you turn your roster over, which is going to be commonplace, I've actually thought about, is this something we really should continue to do because of turnover of roster with the transfer portal and NIL and all that stuff. And, you know, so you're seeing them grow and learn, and I have a great staff. They do a tremendous job in game prep, and what they're going to do against us, and then taking it from the film room, well, from the film to the court to practice, and then into the game and taking away. Early in the game, we've worked so hard. They do some goofy stuff with these shooters. They run behind the ball. DQ ran behind the ball knowing it was coming and stole one. You know, we had 10 steals. And so as you play more games, you get better, which is also why playing the schedule we play makes us better now. Because if we played a crappy schedule, teams that we beat, no matter how we defended, we would win. But when you're playing Michigan State and Arkansas and all the great teams that we played, Illinois and that, they're going to take advantage of everything, right? So you learn and you see on film and you grow and you get better and you understand down and distance. You know, I use that a lot, down and distance. And what are they trying to do? How are they trying to get their shots? We've prepared you for that. Now, don't react to it. Take it away. And you see the zone grow and grow every year that you watch us. It grows and grows and grows. If this whole team came back next year, we would be this good in November, you know, but we're probably not going to get everybody to come back. So it's just what it is.
Coach, does it make it easier for them to embrace it because there's a fun aspect to it? You heard the players right there talking about now they're having fun with it.
Right. Well, what it is, you know, zone is something that most coaches don't play because they're afraid of the fan bases and their bosses. All right? My boss loves our zone. All right? We talk, and trust me, I've made sure he understands and knows it, because most people think you can't coach if you play zone. You just throw players out there. And that's why a lot of coaches won't do it, even though they want to do it. You can't believe the amount of people I talk to all the time about the zone. I just don't know. You know, our fans they're gonna make some threes, and yeah, you know, so we believe in it, and the key then is to make your players believe in it. When you know, I mean, and we'll show them film of where the frustration. We've had games this year where on the court, the player is yelling at his coach, they're in man, and we're not. And our players eat that up, and they see how it confuses and frustrates people, and so they love it. And they're willing to learn, and they're willing to play, and they believe in it. If you don't believe in that defense, you're going to get your butt beat, you know, because I don't really know what it is. It is man. It is zone. It is. I have no idea. Depending on what they do against it and what our game plan is, it could be anything. We did not go to guard number one. If we had been behind, we probably would have guarded number one man-to-man, and everybody else played zone. You know, you can do things like that out of it. Late in the game, I don't know if anybody noticed, but the last 4 possessions, we played straight man. First 4 man-to-man possessions of the year. We just went straight man. And they believed in it. They had no question of it when they came out. I called that last time out early, or second to last time out, to go man. And not one guy went, why? They just believed in it. They believed in what we do, and they went out and did it, and they executed it perfectly.
Coach, you had a couple of late-game leads earlier in the year that didn't quite go your way. What's kind of the emotion of...
Couple? 6. 6 times we had a double-digit lead in the second half and lost.
What's kind of the emotion of this one, getting the win and finishing one off against a very good team in the Horizon League?
Well, I think we've done that 3 or 4 times in a row now, where we've had only Northern Kentucky didn't make a run. All the other wins that we had the double-digit lead, and they cut into it. And it's just, they have to understand if you make free throws, you stop that. If you go look at Oregon State, 14-point lead with 4 minutes to go, we missed 4 free throws, 2 1-and-1s. You make those, you win. And they understand the importance of free throws and that we weren't a good free throw shooting team. And we've gone from last in the country to, we're not average yet, but we're almost average. We keep having 6 for 7 nights, we're going to get above average. And that's how you win basketball games. When you have a lead, you have to make free throws and you can't turn it over. And we did a really good job of that tonight.
Coach, it turned into kind of a back-and-forth game early in the second half. I'm going to do what I always do and rely on your experience. What do you think kind of breaks the ice in those moments where, both teams are kind of responding really well on offense and/or, both teams are getting good defensive stops?
For us, the response is it has to go into Allen and Baru's hands, and we have to get the ball to the rim and get rim shots. That's for us to be able to take a lead, a 1-point lead to 10, or I don't know what our biggest lead was, maybe 8, have to score at the rim. If we live on that three-point line, we're not going to win. We just don't shoot it well enough. I mean, DQ again he's 0 for 4. They're rattling in and coming out. I want him to keep shooting, but down the stretch like that, it better be a kick out, not when our focus. On all the sets I ran, we got lots of three-point shooting sets. We didn't run one. Everything was to get it to one of those 2 guys. And that's how we were able to take the lead. And then I played a very defensive lineup once we got the lead. Christie didn't play much at the end, and he accepted it. I was putting him in. I called him back. I go, no, we got to stay with our defense. And he accepted it. And that's how you win, when you got guys that accept their roles. We're telling everybody on our team right now, be all league at your role. Be first team all league at your role. And our guys are doing that right now.
Coach, you talked about the effort from your defense today. In the first half, you had they shot 7 of 10 for 3, but 3 of 21 from the rest of the field.
Right.
Talk about that effort and the confidence that you had going into halftime.
Well, that's what we said at halftime. They got 30 points. They made 7 threes, and they got 30 points. They were actually 7 and 9. The guy threw one from half court, which made it 7 to 10. I wouldn't have, to me, that's not really a 3. They shot 70% from the 3, made 7 of them, and we're tied. They're not going to go 7 to 10 again this half. They almost did, but they didn't. They only got 5 threes in the second half. Think about that. That team only got 5 threes. That's the intensity level and the game plan, being able to play through the game plan that our kids did.
Allen got his second foul going to the first media, and he stayed in the game for that next 4-minute stretch. Can you just talk about your philosophy on when your best players are getting early fouls?
I've never been a guy to not play you with 2 fouls in the first half. And we do that early in the year so we can learn about them and they can learn how to play without fouls. And I did explain to the officials that 1 foul wouldn't have happened if they would have called the foul, and now the best player in the league has 2 fouls and I can't play him. So I think they all knew he had 2 and he was going to have to get a third. He was going to have to really get a third to get one. That's just the way life is. And so we let him play, then we took him out, then we put him back in on offense. So we played with it, but he threw early, and remember the Eastern Michigan game, he didn't know how to play with fouls. And so I didn't punish him for that and not play him. I made him learn how to play through it, and that's always been my philosophy. There are a lot of coaches that once you get 2, you don't play the rest of the half. We've never been deep enough to do that, actually. So that's probably the reason that's been my philosophy.
Any final question for Coach?
All right. It's great to win at home, man. Thank you.